Thank you to Snow for sponsoring this video. More about that later.
Hey peeps, this is Kizu. Incredible things are occurring, such as I'm wearing a white shirt, which is absolutely insane for my branding. But otherwise, Dead by Daylight has announced its quality of life initiative. Again. Right. So we have gotten a health update for a health update, which is, I guess, a signifier of how Dead by Daylight's doing. But to go over it, it essentially is a mission of defeat from Dead by Daylight after the disaster that they have recently announced. So I'm going to put this up on the screen now. Phase 1, August to September, they're promising is they're adding a third bug fix patch, and they're postponing the PTB that we're supposed to soon get to early September. Their focus is to address issues introduced in the visual anime chapter and give extra polish time on the upcoming original chapter. Then phase 2, October-January, they're going to postpone November chapter content to January, focus November release on bug fixing and winter event, and their focus will be on high priority impact killer issues, which is, there are a lot of those, the shape gameplay updates, slugging, tunneling, and camping updates. And then in phase 3, February onwards, we're gonna do quality of life focused March release, focus on fixing of high priority impact gameplay issues, and then they have an adjusted ETA for MMR rework, prestige rewards, and perk preview matches. Now, that is a pretty big announcement. And this kind of is a signifier that I want to hold to everyone who says, if you are unhappy with how the game is doing, just play something else. And I'm going to say no. Because look at this. This is what we get when we complain and we just aren't content with anything behavior gives us. This is the result. Now, the question is, are we actually going to deliver on this stuff? And I have my own reservations because, you know, they already said in the original Quality of Life initiative that they will delay things. And they delay things a little bit, but not substantially. This is a much more substantial delay, but the thing remains the same. If they actually deliver on this, that'll be good. But we will have to wait and see, because so far the track record is BHVR just fucking lies about actually dedicating time to bug fixing and then catches up a release later. We had Kaneki delayed a little bit, he still came out super bugged, and then after that we got the Oral Rose release, which was sandwich, and they were like, oh quick, we need more content. And then the Walking Dead and the Spring Trap is just stunned content spam again. So we'll wait and see on whether or not they actually deliver on this. But the core thing is that I want everyone in the DBD community that is watching this complaining and maintaining bad publicity for Behavior Interactive works to force them to abandon their greedy attitude of forever just content above quality, and we can make them do good shit. Now, whether or not they deliver on their promises is another thing entirely. But the point I want to just hold is we should complain. Complaining is good. Complaining and shitting on Behavior when they continuously do bad shit, it's good. Because then they need to put out statements like these, they need to put out roadmaps like this. And they are forced to improve because they need to contend with the dissatisfaction of the player base. And of course, I remain skeptical on whether or not they actually will deliver on this substantively. But the point is, we can make them do things. And in another way we can make them do things is, suddenly, despite this being in the game for forever, they added confirmation for people joining the lobby, even on friends only, and etc. Just a day after their apology about the live stream on which we've had that issue that shut it down. So again, when we have bad press and Behavior is impacted, they suddenly do things really quickly. So the moral of the story is, if we complain and if we constantly critique Behavior when they're doing shit, there is opportunity to make them improve. Of course, we will actually have to see how things turn out for this update on the initiative. And I'll have a larger video covering the initiative that they have delivered so far and why it's been an absolute failure and disgrace. But I wanted to make this video because I need this to propagate through the community. Being a negative Nancy is not a bad thing. If you are actually like just not being negative for the sake of being negative, if you're constructively angry and you maintain that outrage, not just for the sake of maintaining outrage, but for the sake of wanting things to improve, that works. And that is going to continue working. This is a historical bad PR moment for Dead by Daylight, and pretty much everyone's response is actions over words. And if we as a community maintain that, I see a prosperous future for Dead by Daylight. Now, of course, will need to see anything in terms of how they actually will deliver on all of these things they promised. So I suppose soon we'll see the third bug fix patch, and we'll see how the PTP for the next original chapter will turn out.
I completely forgot because I am just so flabbergasted from this announcement by BHVR. Thank you for Sojuice and Snow for sponsoring me on Patreon. You can get shoutouts like these and shoutouts at the start of the video, BTS, exclusives, blah blah blah, yada yada. If you want to support me on Patreon, please do.
Now, I am hopeful that this is good, but I really want us as a community to keep pushing for this, because if this becomes the norm of spread out releases and mid-chapters are actually mid-chapters again, that focus on bug fixes, that focus on the game being improved, and the game releases in like a non-bugged to hell state, I think that'd be good for everyone. But, you know, it is what it is. Tell me your thoughts on the update from BHVR, the new apology. They also made a whole video discussing their plans and responses. Again, it's a lot of PR speak, but for once it's decent PR speak. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say besides just we need to keep doing this, and big if true. Alright, I bid you a lot, dude peeps. I'll see you in the next video.
Well, would you look at that? A fun killer design. I'm sure BHVR won't change it down the line. This is an update of the lowest percentile. Get anyone on the map, team. Tell me what the fuck is this tile? Once again, a change by us all unrequested. This did not turn out how the dev note suggested. Anyone involved in this design should be arrested. Here's the deep dive. I'm losing my shit! In what world is that a fucking it? Alright, no, that's it. I quit!